Hello 10 plus 1 students. We are going to do the chapter critical theory. In the previous video I have told you how we can put this critical theory into practice, and we have seen how how the political theorists, how the different political concepts can be put into practice, and how to we have to articulate the viewpoints of all the society, all the sections of the society, and then we can only change arrive upon a political decision. So like I have told you, the right equality is there. You cannot make a decision, you cannot make a law on equality only by considering one section of the society. You have to while making laws on equality, or while making a fundamental right on equality, you have to consider the viewpoint of all the, and you have to consider even the minority sections, like Dalits are there, handicapped people are there, women are there, weaker section of the society are there, scheduled caste are there, scheduled tribes are there. You have to consider each and every viewpoint before you have to only then the law which is made by the government is would be acceptable to all. Understand? I think that would be clear to you, and in only in that manner you can put your political theory into practice. You have to you have your whatever the decisions have been made, it should be according to the it should be in according correct should according to the context of the situation. Like right to life, I have given you an example that right to life, and it was made that it was said that the state would protect the life and liberty of the people according to the procedures established by law. It was written only that. But later on, right to life was amended, and many times, and many things were added in that. Right to privacy was added slowly, and the right to education was added, because right to life was incomplete without all these implications. I hope that is clear now. So now we are going to understand why should we study political theory. So this why should we study the subject of political theory? First thing is that the political theory is relevant. We know that political theory is relevant for the students, and those who are school-going students, because they have to pursue some career later on in their life. Like they can become a lawyer, they can become a judge, or they can become a active politician, they can become IAS IPS officer. So yeah, for these students, for these people, the understanding these concepts are very much important, and only then they can pursue their any career, and only then they would be able to understand different things at the higher level. So but if we see, this even for an ordinary citizens also, the studying political theory is very much essential, because as you know that in India there is democracy, and in democracy, if you have heard about Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Bhimrao Ambedkar, who was even the chairman of the drafting committee of the Constituent Assembly. He says that once he said about that, we are imposing democracy on that country, on those people uh, who are not democratic, who are undemocratic. तो देखो मतलब what a thing was said by that person, that we are imposing democracy on those people who are undemocratic. Means he knows that he at the grassroots level, if you want to actually want to implement democracy, you have to start. He knows the fact that there is no democracy in India at grassroots level. Unless the democracy comes at grassroots level, only then we can say that the country has become democratic, true democratic. because people were not for democracy. I have told you there were the three important provisions, important things which are needed for establishing a good democracy. Was illiteracy must be there, the country size of the population, the size of the population must be small, and the country size should be small. But all these three things were not available there in India. The illiteracy rate was the literacy rate was only 15%, and the country size was also very big, and the population of the country was also very big, and the size of the country was that too big, and there was a lot of diversity in India. Poverty was there, and overpopulation was there. So these things, he knows the fact that that is why he said that we are imposing democracy on such a country which is undemocratic in nature, which is undemocratic. So first of all, if we want to really want to understand about democracy, we want to really want to bring democracy in India, we must understand what is equality, what is freedom, what is justice. So these things only can be understand in political theory, because here we will do systematic study of these concepts. So only then we can vote to a correct person during the elections. We know that this is equality, and really this party has trying to bring equality in India, or they are trying to bring democracy in India, or they are establishing a welfare state which has been mentioned in the constitution. So they are implementing the directive principles given in the constitution of India. Are they really working for democracy? So only then we can understand. Third thing is that political theory encourages us to examine our ideas and feelings towards others. So this political theory also tells us to how to examine our ideas, and we have to examine our ideas. Like sometimes we say that we are not we find that the maids which are working in our house, that they should be treated like that. Sometimes we becomes very strict with them, and sometimes we find them they are struggling for the equal treatment like the others. So the political theory makes us sensible enough to understand the feelings of others. So the equality we want, we expect for ourselves. We want political theory tells us that the same equality, the persons who are in lower jobs than us, those who are have lower living standard than us, they also expect such behavior. So it makes us sensible enough. It makes us reasonable enough, so that we can understand the feelings of others also. So that is why also political theory, it is important to study political theory. Fourth thing is it encourages us to do systematic thinking of the concepts. We can understand these concepts like justice, equality, democracy, secularism in a systematic manner. So then and this polish our thinking. And when we understand these concepts in a systematic manner, then we are able to understand this polish our thinking, and we can debate on these subjects in a more rational way, in a more intelligent way. I hope this is clear to you now. Why should we study political theory? Thank you. With this, we are concluding the chapter also.